Let me go a little bit in terms of, where you're sitting here, we're preparing for the next chapter. I want to go back and sort of get a little retrospective of the little things in life that you may or may not remember. Like, do you have like a moment, a favorite book?
One of my favorite books is not very literary. Somerset Maugham, Of Human Bondage.
And why?
And it just struck me as a book that still lingers in my head.
What about it captured your...
Well, it's about a love affair that burned out.
Does it impact a lot of your other thinking?
I don't know. I don't know if it did that.
Song, music.
Well, I'm a Sinatra fan. There was never music in my house, which is a tragedy. But there was nobody played instruments.
How about favorite play that you've seen that you remember?
Death of a Salesman. It's a masterpiece.
It's your favorite?
My absolute favorite.
And why is that?
Because it mirrors my father's life in a way.
And how did that hit you when you saw it? Did it
like a ton of bricks?
And what did you feel like? What was the feeling of that? What is the regrets or the happiness or the sadness?
Well, it just was an important part of my education.
But what about your father's life that impacts you, that was brought up by that play?
Sad to say, my father's life was wasted. He was mostly unemployed. He was a good man, very handsome. He had little impact on my life.
Or did it have a big impact on your life to not be like that? Because the way I've discussed it with you, a lot of things you're doing are because of that.
Maybe so. But his life was to come home, sit on a chair, fall asleep. That's all he did. And he would take us out Sundays to the park. He made little impact. My parents had little influence on my life.
But what were your favorite memories of your mother, though? You've talked a little bit about on the podcast some of them, but what would be the one at this moment that would bring your memory back to life?
Well, my mother was a devoted Jewish mother. She never gave me advice. No advice at all from my parents. I simply grew and found my own way.
And what about the confidence that you got from them, though, because of that? I mean, you're a very confident person throughout your life.
That's true. I'm part of a big family, not my immediate family, but my mother was one of 8 children, and there was always people around, and there was always laughter in my house. And my parents never fought. They had one fight that I remember.
And what was that about?
I have no idea.
But it impacted you.
I remember it.
Yeah.
But they were good people and worried about me.
What did they worry about? Just normal, general things about having a child?
They worried about my health.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a joke now.
And then when you were going to go marry a shiksa.
That was a no-no in those days.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah. And okay, let's go back to more of the mundane things that are actually interesting. What about your favorite food? Like, what's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal?
Yeah. Like, we used to go and have steak at Sparks or something.
That's my favorite meal.
That's your favorite meal? Your favorite way to spend time?
Reading. I like to write. I like to make up stories.
So, like, we have a very practical question. Like, what do we put on your tomb? This is like the real question. Like, what would you like to see on your tombstone? This is like an exercise, a Stephen Covey exercise. Have you thought about that?
Yeah.
Okay. What would that be?
Warren Adler, writer.
Writer. Okay. And what is the lead? You're also a journalist of your obit.
The lead of my obit?
Mm-hmm. Since you've asked me to write it, I want to get your help right now while I can. Which may sound morbid, but it's true.
Author of the fabulous, successful novel War of the Roses, which has become a worldwide hit, died today.
Oh, well, okay. Probably what would be the lead. And what's the first graph? What's the next line?
He wrote 50 novels. One a year.
One a year. If you had to do it all over again, this is that question, that standard Barbara Walters question, what would you do differently?
In retrospect, nothing.
Nothing. So do you have any thoughts on, I mean, we've done 10 episodes of this podcast, and for me, I mean, my final thought is that it's been an honor to sit here and talk to you and learn from this experience and just be part of your life in a deeper, richer way, because I've only been part of it for 65 of the years of your 91 years.
That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years. We've been through a lot.
David, you've been terrific. All my sons are terrific. I have very, very lucky experiences with my kids.
Would you like to say something to John and Michael individually?
Nothing more than I love you.
Yeah.
That says it all.
Yep. We feel the same exact way.
Very important.
Yep. This journey has been an honor. Being here with you at this moment is one of the most fabulous things that's ever happened to me in my life, even though it's sad. And I won't be able to do this every day, but I'll have this memory to keep with me.
Okay.
I hope that you feel, I mean, whatever happens in the next part of this, what's next? That's where we're all about what's next. Do you have any imagination of what's next?
No.
Do you have, what does it mean? What happens?
No, I'm not looking for meaning.
You're not looking for meaning?
No, I'm not looking for meaning. I'm looking to tell my stories. And in those stories is the meaning of my life.
Well, with that, I think that's the final word. Thank you.